Hello, good morning. Okay, so I want to talk today about something that kinda bothers me a little bit. Okay, so I don't know if I've made videos on this, but ever since about third grade, my older daughter has been. My glasses feel like they don't sit right on my head. I should probably go get them adjusted. Anyway, since about third grade, my older daughter has been fighting me on doing homework. It was easier when they were in elementary school, yes, because then I could have them sit down and do their work. My house routine was you get home, you do your homework, then you have the rest of the night to do whatever you want. I always thought that was pretty fair. So now I have high school teenage high school teenage children now. So when I'm referring to that, that was like 10 years ago or something like that. So anyway, I've been for years I was fighting with my daughter, but now my younger one, she always did her work on time. Not, she'd always just do her work. So I think it was more of because she saw how much I was struggling with my older daughter that, but my younger one is a little bit more empathetic towards people than my older daughter. But anyway, so, every year was always the same. But that was also early on in her school years. We didn't have her diagnosed for autism. And I didn't even think about it. I didn't think that there were certain things that she did that qualified as autistic. None of her teachers, said anything either. I mean, her son, I don't want to get into full detail of certain things. But anyway, she's on the more higher functioning side of autism, their scale. But I didn't get her tested for that stuff until 7th grade. So, but anyway, it was just a struggle throughout all of her schooling. She's an 11th grader now. She'll be next year her 12th grade year. But, all right, so, and then when middle school came around, it was more of, I hate you. I want you to die. You suck. Why don't you just go kill yourself? It was all this emotion stuff, all this negative stuff she'd say to me. Those were the top things she'd say to me. I hate you. I wish you'd die. Why don't you go kill yourself? Nobody would miss you. Stuff like that. And that's when I started really ramping up my alcoholism. Mostly. I mean, I don't want to blame her fully because it's not fully her fault and, she's acting very teenager-y. But a part of it, was related to I just wanted to drink those negative, bad feelings that she was yelling at me about away. And to me, it was always, how can you say such things to somebody who is so caring for you? I would offer to help sit down with her and do her work with her. And if we both didn't know it, we could look online together and learn how to do it together. As a kid, my parents didn't want to, didn't sit down and talk to me about, they didn't want, go do your stuff in your room, or since you suck at reading, I'm going to make you read a story from Reader's Digest. And instead of addressing the issue on understanding why I sucked at reading, or, and I went the extra mile with my daughter because I realized when I was young, I didn't like how my parents were very hands-off about things. It was in my household, it was very, growing up, it was, you take care of your own thing, you do. And some kids kind of need a little bit more help. Now, as a kid, I also had learning disabilities, and I was in special education classes for English, math, and social studies. So I would get more help in those classes at school, but I would still have homework, and especially math. I'm not very good at math. That's kind of why the hindrance on my making mini albums is I'm really bad at math. You know how some people can increment three-fourths of an inch, keep going. For me, it's like, but anyway, you know, I didn't want her to feel the way I felt growing up, where I felt like nobody in the house gave a damn about, wanting to help me do my homework. So I'll be honest, when I was in 7th grade or whatever, I just said, fuck it. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I just stopped completely caring about schoolwork. The only schoolwork that I didn't stop caring about was I struggled in science class, and I probably could have used some help in it, but I struggled because I wanted to actually succeed in a class that I actually liked, even though I was kind of bad at it. But I didn't want to take a special ed class for science because I'm a sci-fi, a fantasy person, and, I didn't want to give up on science. So I tried my hardest, and I would squeeze by with C's, but at least those C's were my own earned. I would actually do my homework for science and art class, and Phy-Ed was always easy, so, because I used to actually be fit and in shape when I was younger. Oh. Anyway, so this isn't about me, but it kind of is, because, like I said, I wanted to make sure my daughter felt like I'm not just giving up on her, or I'm not trying to be there for her. So anyway, 7th grade, we get her tested for autism, and she's on the scale for it. And and of course, she's highly embarrassed that she is. And so now she has classes that she has to go to. Then there was meetings that I always attended because my husband never wanted to go to them because they were during the school day, or he happened to have a meeting, and and it was just a struggle for that. It was always, well, when do you want to do this meeting? Just make one. So I would make an appointment, or I'd make her IEP meeting, and he doesn't come because you scheduled it when I have a meeting. It's like, well, I asked you. There's quite a bit of miscommunication when it comes to me and my husband. We don't really communicate a lot, and that's mostly on him. I don't know. Anyway, this isn't a marriage topic, but I'm actually going to end right here, and I'm going to make this part 1. But this is a topic I do need to talk about, and it is something that I'm leading up to what happened recently. So, all right, I'm going to end with part 1, and I will see you for part 2. Bye!